What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. This video goes into some, in my opinion, must-have add-ons for especially gold making in Shadowlands. Now these add-ons are ones that I use on the daily, or very much like and not use, I may not use them all the time, but this is definitely my most favorite and most useful gold making add-ons that are very simple to use and very easy to start up. There's a little bit of a list, so we're gonna go through each of them, how to get them, and also how to use them and what the whole point of the add-on is. But before we go into any of that, where can you download add-ons? We should go into this because it has changed a little bit going into Shadowlands. The new things are you can either use the two most popular one. You can either use WoWup.io, or you can use Overwolf. And Overwolf, on Overwolf you download Curse Forge, and it's basically the same thing that we saw on Twitch. Now these two different ones, there are obviously some differences and people have very different opinions about which ones to use. When it comes to my opinion about it, just pick whatever you think is best, whatever makes it the easiest for you. If you already are using one of them, that is completely fine. I just wanted to give you guys the most popular options and then we can continue. The first add-on that we're going to talk about is AZEROTH Autopilot. Now, AZEROTH Autopilot is an add-on that helps you turning quests faster. Now, a lot of gold makers, obviously some of us care about lore, some of us don't, but if you're leveling a new character, to get a whole bunch of new professions on it, or you're trying to rush through some content, this is a very, very convenient add-on if you've done the content before. When you run over and pick up a quest, it auto picks it up, and it continues doing that on every single quest that you pick up. Now, what it also does is it automatically hands in quests for you. So if you have any quests that you're done with, it automatically hands them in and picks any other ones up, which is really, really nice. Additionally, if you're in on a leveling character, you're trying to level up, it also has the fastest leveling paths that you can use, so you can get to the max level that you're looking for the fastest way. Now, the next add-on I want to talk about is BAGNON. Now, BAGNON is not the most used bag add-on, but it is the one that I use, and I use it because it has a good amount of customizable things, customizable options, and it's really, really simple to use. It's also the one bag add-on that's cost me the least amount of problems, and it is really nice because you can do almost pretty much whatever you want with the frames. You can make it bigger, smaller, you can change the opacity, you can change how many columns you want in it. So if you want a long bag or a tall bag, it's all up to you. Additionally, it also serves the purpose to let any other add-ons run through. So if you have any vendoring add-ons or you have anything else that marks items, it's not gonna do anything with that. And it has been a very, very solid add-on for me when it comes to bag add-ons, but I just recommend that you guys get whatever fits you best. There are also other great options when it comes to bag add-ons. Something like Addy bags has been used quite a lot, but this is just the one I use. Now, additionally, talking about bags, we have a vendoring add-on, it's a vendor add-on. Now, this add-on is very specific. It has a very good use. If you're one person to shuffle a whole bunch, or if you just usually go to a vendor to buy a certain amount of materials, certain amount of items for some reason, you can go ahead and you can buy whatever it is that you want. If you shift right click, right, it's gonna bring this menu up. Now, this doesn't look like the usual one where you can buy 200 of one thing or 10 stacks or 20 or whatever. You can type in whatever amount you want. So if you're looking for durable flux and you want 4,332, you can type in that you want 4,332. Now, it's also gonna buy it when you click OK, right? and I'll just for the purpose, I'll show you how it does it. So it just queues up the amount that you need and buys every single one. So it's a really nice add-on, and you can do this with pretty much everything. If you're one to shuffle, say, and you want the max amount that you can have in your bags, you can click max and it's going to buy 17,468, because that's the total amount that can fit into your bags. Otherwise, you can just say, I just want a stack, and it's going to fill up whatever you have. So you have a 132 here, and then it's going to do that first, right? So you can see it's going to continue along. Otherwise, it's going to add 200 on top. And this is really nice. You can also go up and down here, but at small settings. So this is a nice, neat little hefty add-on that proves some efficiency if you're one to shuffle or you just buy a lot of stuff from vendors. Now, two other add-ons that go very well together. You can also use one without the other, but we're going to talk about the first one. The first one being Gathermate. Now, Gathermate is an add-on that if you're one that likes to go out and farm herbs, you like to go out and farm ore, or any of that sort. You can also be, you know, fishing or treasures or whatever, but mainly herbalism and mainly mining. Gathermate 2 will show you every single ore that exists on like every single deposit that exists in a certain zone. As you can see here, it's going to show you silver veins, wild steel bloom. It's going to show you up here, it's going to show you tin veins, wild steel blooms, or whatever. This data you can import. If you don't have any yourself, you can also just build your own data. But if you don't have any yourself, you go into your interface, you click on add-ons, Gathermate 2, and you click on import. And here you're just going to say what you want. You want archaeology, fishing, gas, clouds. This is a little weird. Treasure, mining, and herbalism. Obviously, mining and herbalism is going to be the most typical ones, and you can pick merge with some other data that you have or overwrite. It's up to you. And then you click import Gathermate 2 data, and this is from all the players that have imported or exported data to Gathermate 2. So you basically just use what other people have, and this is really nice if you're one that goes out gathering a lot, because then you can see where things spawn or have a chance to spawn, and that is really good. Now, the next add-on in line is routes, and routes goes very well together with Gathermate 2, because in routes, when you're it actually proves its own name. It is, you create a mining, gathering, whatever, a route in game that you're going to use for something. So you can see this on your minimap when you're walking around, but you can also see this on your map. So this specifically, instead of having to look at a website or somebody that drew up a route on a YouTube video or whatever it is, you can have it in game. And the very good thing about this is that it's fully customizable. You can take what other people have, or you can create your own. Creating your own is very simple. You can see here under routes, you go into add, and then you say, oh, I'm just gonna call it the Mall 2, and that's what I want. And then you're gonna say, you can import some data from Gathermate 2, but this only works if you have your own data. Additionally, you can just say, okay, I'm gonna create a bare route, and then you can follow along to something that you've seen on another site, you know, another web page, maybe wowprofessionals.com, which is a great place to do it. And then here you can edit route manually under the actual routes here. You click edit route, and then you get the option. Let me just make that bigger. You can get like draggable corners here, as you can see. So you can drag these around, and then you have in the middle, and in the middle again, and in the middle again, and in the middle again. So every time you move something that's in the middle, you get a new middle option. So you can customize this all you want. You can make it as perfect or just to your fitting, which is really nice. And this is great for anybody that really loves gathering. If you're not one to remember certain routes, you don't want to use a second monitor, this is really good, really neat and hefty. Now, the next add-on that we can talk about is LOOTAPPRAISER. Now, LOOTAPPRAISER is more of a niche. It doesn't necessarily do much for everyone, but it's an add-on that I use very often, and it's a very efficient add-on. Now, it's a little window that you pop in by typing in /LA, which is short for LOOTAPPRAISER. And what it does is wherever you are, if you're farming a dungeon, if you're out in the world farming, it's going to have a counter. It's going to tell you how long you farmed a certain thing, looted item value. So that's how much the values of whatever you're looting is. And then currency looted, that's how much gold. Items looted, how much volume you have, obviously. And then noteworthy. It's also got a sell trash, destroy trash. New session, that's if you want to reset it. You can pause it, and then you also have a reset instance button. So this specifically is really, really great for farming old dungeons for transmog. And to get that, so the reset instance button isn't on automatically. It's something that you have to go in and put on. But you do that, you go into interface, add-ons, you click on LOOTAPPRAISER, and then you go on the display and show reset instance button, right? You reload and it's there. It's really great. I really enjoy this add-on because it shows you kind of an overview of how long you farm something, and then also how much value you're looking at. Obviously, you can't always trust the numbers depending on what item it is. It can be fake value, but I'm sure some of you guys know this. What I use this add-on for mainly is the reset instance button, because then I don't have to type in reset instance or right click on my name, reset all instance, and then click a couple times. It's just one button, which is really, really nice. Obviously here as well, you can change the quality filter and all the data. So the actual pricing data, it comes from TSM, right? And TSM is the next add-on that we're gonna talk about. Very, very nice transition over to TSM. Now, TRADESKILLMASTER is an add-on that is not for everyone, right? It is absolutely not for everyone, because there's a lot of things that you have to think about going into TSM. It takes a lot of time to set this up. So if you're somebody that is not a user of TSM, this takes a lot of time to set up. If you're just looking for the bare minimum, if you're just looking for the analytical side of TSM, that's completely fine. But I recommend that if you're somebody that wants to use TSM, I recommend that you guys check out some guides or some longer explanations into how these things work. This video isn't going to be long enough for me to explain this add-on, but it is a very, very good auction house add-on. Now, you can also use Auctionator. If you guys do not know what Auctionator is, it is a more, how do you say it? It's a more simplified auction house add-on, and this is more for the people that don't use the auction house all the time. You just come by it, you know, here and there, and you want a little bit more than the default auction house provides. Then Auctionator is going to be pretty decent for what you need it for. When you first download it, you can do a full scan right here, and then you have everything that you need. You have the opportunity to make shopping lists, as you can see here. You can add items into it. You can search up an item. Let's say we want durable flux in it, then it's going to add the durable flux, as you can see right there. So if this is something you want, the shopping list is a really good part of it. Additionally, if you want to sell anything, you click on selling here, and it's going to show you everything that you have in your inventory. Now, we want to sell some durable flux, and we're saying, okay, I want to post it at the 8 silver, which it's showing right here, as you can see. And then you're going to click, oh, I want 12 hours, 24, 48, and then you click post, and it's going to post it for you, right? So really, really simple. Now, the other thing is canceling. Now, Auctionator can do a cancel scan. Now, cancel scan is going to check on all the things that you have posted on the auction house. If you have anything on here that has been undercut, it's going to tell you, and then you can click on cancel undercut afterwards. Now, this scan is actually going to take probably a pretty long time on my auction house here, but it's going to give you the opportunity to click on every single one, and then you can take all of them off, which is really nice. It goes to show that you can do pretty much whatever you want when it comes to auction house add-ons, but TSM, you know, compared to TSM, this is a lot more simple. for what people need. But I hope this goes to show that there's different options when it comes to auction house add-on. The next thing I want to show you is a little vendoring add-on. Now, a vendoring add-on, this vendoring add-on is very, very simple. It has barely anything that you need to set up. The only thing that you need to do when you install it is holding control and right click. Now, this add-on is called PEDDLER, and what it does is you holding control and then you right click an item, and then you can see, oh, there's a stack of gold coins on the actual item now. Now, this is going to save the item as something that you want to sell when it goes to a vendor. Now, this will only save on one character. So if you have multiple characters that you farm on, it's not going to save. It's not something like Scrap does or anything else. But because I only have one farming character that I farm transmog on, this is really nice for me. And what it does is when you open the vendor window, you can see that it automatically sells everything that I have in my inventory marked with one of the gold coin stacks. And then it's going to tell you how much you've sold for in a total and how much every single stack was, which is really nice. Now, the last add-on that I want to show you guys is another add-on if you're one to farm a lot, if you're one to farm dungeons, if you're out farming in the open world. It is a very, very neat add-on. It's called Faster Loot. Now, it's in the name. What it does is it loots faster so you can continue running along as you go. Now, what it does is it just removes the loot window. It doesn't remove it completely all the time, depending on how many items are in there, but it makes it go away faster, so your looting process is a little more neat, a little quicker, and a little better. It's not going to do much, but it is that little push that is very nice to have when it comes to farming. It's going to give you a little bit extra time going through things. As you can see, it just looted it really quick there, and that's a little addition as well. Now, this is an add-on that I've used a lot, and sometimes it causes issues if you're using TSM, but a majority of the time this works perfectly, even in Shadowlands. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope my explanations and presentations of all these add-ons really help you guys out in some way. Maybe some of you already have some of these and you took into account that some of them work greatly for you. If you have any add-ons yourself that you thought deserve to be on this list, or any add-ons that you really enjoy using yourself, go ahead and throw them down in the comments below. I will also be linking best, in my opinion, TSM guide that I know. So you guys, if you're interested in learning a little bit about TSM and setting it up on your own, I'll be linking that down in the description below. It's from SamadanPlaysWow. If you guys don't know him, he's a very down-to-earth, chill YouTuber and streamer, just content creator in general. So I hope you guys are gonna take a little bit of info from that. But that is it for me. I hope to see you guys in the next video, but until then, see ya.